I know Mr. Sapia, right? He's not going to say anything, but I'm going to bring this.
To say.
You nothing to say? Oh, well, let's wait.
The whole room could go into total shock.
I wanted to bring up those signs that have been a bone of contention for a year now, that are plastered around the streets. I just want to know what you fellas want to do about leaving them there or taking them down. They are in a right-of-way. They don't advertise anything. There are no sign permits. Unless somebody wants to come forward and say that they're theirs and go get a permit, I don't see why they should stay there.
Does anyone know if the abutting landowners have given permission for those signs?
Well, I haven't gone all around town looking for them, but the ones I have seen are all in the right-of-way. They're right on the edge of the road.
Yeah, and, you know, the RSA makes specific exceptions for political signs, and, you know, obviously they had election signs in mind, but are those political signs?
Well, I don't.
We're talking about the blog signs,
Yeah.
people.
The state RSA says that for them to be political signs, they have to be promoting a candidate, period.
Oh, is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
It would color the issue a little differently if they had, instead of just plunking them down in the right-of-way and walking away, they had permission of the landowner whose
Right.
land they were in front of.
That's not true either.
Exactly.
Well, I know that
That's
it's not.
true either.
It's
They
not
have to
true,
file,
right.
they have to file a permit. They have to take out a permit.
Yeah.
And the permit, as I said before, as I
No, all
said-
I'm saying, Jack, is that it colors the issue differently in my mind if they have at least gone that far to obtain permission.
So would we allow every resident to put
No.
a sign in their yard without a permit?
You mean on the right-of-way?
No,
In a
regardless. Regardless. You just can't go plop a sign in your yard. You can't go plop a sign in your yard if you so feel like it. You have to come into the building
How about
inspector's
for sale
office.
signs?
That is specifically in the ordinance and is specifically designated. Real estate signs, for sale signs, temporary signs, and all those things are in the state RSAs and the town ordinance.
Okay, I
We
wasn't
have-
aware we had a town ordinance. I
We
guess
do,
I've got
and
to
it's-
look that up.
We've got, there's town zoning that has a section on signage. So what we should do is table this until Mr. Bennett has a chance to read the zoning ordinance.
Okay,
Because I think you really need to get your hands around what our ordinance says before you go too far on it.
It won't happen in our lifetime.
Next week. Well, I told you I wanted to wait until after election, so all the signs were out, and I wouldn't bring it up, and we would make a decision.
And you know what, this isn't, I have no skin in this fight.
No, but
All
I
do is
told you
think
I
it's- I
would.
think what you need, and I'll say this and I'll say this, I think it needs to be consistent. I don't think that it's fair that the Von Rise had to go
But
through.
Jack, you're coming in and giving us
I
advice
didn't-
on what
I
it
didn't say
means and what the law is. Let us decide that. That's our job. You can come in with your opinion, you can give it to us, but let us take it, and that's what I'm asking to do. So that's where I want to draw the line right there.
Well-
I don't want to be sitting here told what the law is.
Well,
I got nothing else to say. I mean, that's my.
that's fine. Mr. Chairman, can I just speak to this for a moment?
Briefly, please.
Okay. The ordinance is clear. We have a history, and Fred, you sat on boards where I know you went out and you actually had the road agent or code enforcement pull up signs. So we have a history of following a certain criteria. We also have an ordinance in place, and there are state RSAs, which you guys are all intelligent guys and you all do a fair job. All I'm saying is, in my humble opinion, that there is a process that is in place. That process should be followed, and it should be enforced consistently. And I think that that's fair. So this isn't a matter of me having an opinion. I sat up there for 3 years, and I sat on the planning board for 3 years. I take and pay very close attention to zoning board meetings, to selectmen's meetings. I did my due diligence on this. I didn't come in here tonight to talk about this. Fred brought it up. But if someone wants to say that they're a political sign, I think that is, in my humble opinion, which I have one as a resident, I think it's, and a sign ordinance in of itself is a restrictive ordinance. It's there, and the state and the town zoning ordinance states clearly that it's there for two reasons. It's one there to provide integrity in our property, so our properties, imagine if you would, if anybody could go out and plop 300 signs around town.
But see, I'm not convinced they're a political sign. I don't know what they are. I've asked this question forever. You're telling me they're a political sign.
No, I didn't say
No,
that.
he-
I said
no,
they're not.
I asked
Under
the
the zoning-
question.
I said they're not.
Under the zoning, they look to me as a temporary sign. Temporary signs don't require permits. You're
But
coming in saying get a permit.
a temporary sign, by its definition, has got to specify
Specify
a
something.
specific event. And there is a time limit on when you can put them up before that event and when they have to come down after that
That's the
event.
point.
All right.
I don't find it here.
You're crossing the two definitions in zoning.
I
think you
never
should
said
read
they
it.
were anything.
Jack, we're going to take it under advice so Mr. Bennett can
I just-
look at it.
and that's fine, too.
We will make a decision next week. All right?
You
Well, I'm
can
just
say- you
saying,
guys are
I
the
brought it
selectmen.
up.
I don't care.
You didn't ask me to.
You know,
I know
when I
that.
sat
I
up
brought it
there, I
up.
made a decision. I live by that decision. I thought it was a fair decision because I have to be consistent, or I felt as though I needed to be consistent for all the residents in the town, and they should follow those rules consistently.
Okay,
Okay? That was my point.
thank you.
Thank you.
We will let you know next week, right? And I have seen all the regulations you spoke of, and, I actually, well, let's go with that. Anything else?
Is there more than section 470 on signs?
I'll pull it up. Bill will give it to you.
Okay. Because I've looked at 470 and, well, I guess I haven't read all of it. I'll read it.
Okay.
Not my fight.
But if there's more than this, just section 470, then if you could steer me in the right direction, Bill, I'd appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I'll give you the whole rundown.
Do we have any more